We still have several more tools to look at on the Pixlr tools over here. And in order to get you through the Pixlr Tools Challenge efficiently, I'm going to try to go through a few more of these today. So in this picture, a few things that we can modify. And maybe this girl isn't happy with the blemishes on the left side of her face and the right side of the picture there. Or maybe we just want to see what we can do to change our appearance. So we can do lots of things with Pixlr tools. And first thing I'm going to do is basically zoom in on the moles over here on the left side of her face. So I'm going to use my navigator and zoom directly in on that part of her face. And the tool I'm going to use for this is located right over here. It's called the Spot Heal tool. It doesn't look like there's a keyboard shortcut for it, but it looks like a little band-aid. Help you remember what that is. And you can change the size of your brush, which is going to be this little circle here. And I generally use it with the blend nearby option chosen. So I'm going to keep it that way. And you essentially want your size to be roughly the size of the object that you're trying to replace. And it pretty much will sample the area around the center of where you click. And it will make it look like the other colors that it finds. So if I just click right here, it should get rid of that mole just like that. Now this one's a little bit different size, so I don't know if this one's going to work perfectly, but I'll give it a shot. Okay, and then this one's definitely smaller, so I'm going to make my brush a little bit smaller here. See if that works. Same thing over here, and see how quickly it removes those imperfections in the skin. Of course, nothing wrong with having moles. I've got a few on my face, but maybe she just, for whatever reason, wants to cover them up. All right. Down here on the braces, let's see if that works with braces. Well, not exactly. Okay, but what you can do with braces is use another tool called the clone stamp. Clone stamp works like this. You get your brush roughly the same size of something that you want to copy. So her teeth here, which look rather brown, don't they? We can change that though. We know how to use the color replace tool. So then I'm going to hold the command key on my Mac keyboard, and that's going to be the control key on your Chromebook. And that's going to give me a little crosshairs. And I click, and that's going to sample that area. And then I can come right up here, and it's going to use that exact same color that I sampled, and it's going to replace right up here. Now, I don't know if you can hear, but I am clicking lots of times. Now, it looks pretty bad when you're zoomed in like this, but when I zoom back out, it still doesn't look great. But at least you don't see her braces anymore. So maybe she just wants to see what she's going to look like without braces. Now I'm going to undo all those, get it back to the way it was, and I'm actually going to get a smaller size brush here and go to kind of a lighter part of her tooth here. Hold Command, or in your case Control, then click, and doing several clicks here. And I'm going to lighten that area more, maybe make her teeth look a little bit less brown. Okay, and then I can come over here again, Control click, and come up, cover that up. Now up over here, because it's pink, I'm going to sample this area, and then click down here. And for her front two teeth, it's like, where are those braces? Again, the teeth don't look perfect, but with more time and a little bit of effort, you can definitely make that look a lot better. So we've got the Spot Heal, which you can use for blemishes, and also the Clone Stamp. Now, got another image here that we can use this on, and we've got this kid right here. He's got his braces. His teeth are certainly a lot whiter. So I can zoom in here and do the same basic thing. So do my sampling. Okay. And a lot of clicking. Don't click and drag. Doesn't work as well. And then when I zoom out, magically that one tooth doesn't have braces anymore. Works pretty great. Okay, and I did also want to show you a couple other things with this image because I know you can't get enough of this one. So let me zoom in on this guy. This area around the dog's head looks pretty terrible. So you can use the eraser on that and and you can choose a different type of brush. I like to use one of these soft circles here instead of the hard circles, and that way I can just kind of go around and almost creates like a little glow around it, and it makes it look less harsh when you're erasing. Now obviously I'm erasing the dog's whiskers, so it looks kind of weird, but the whole thing looks kind of weird, doesn't it? And then I end up, oh no, baby's bald head is showing through there. So I might want to do some free transforming to fix that, or maybe I like having the bald head showing through. Something you should be doing when you're working with multiple layers is naming them so you know what's on each layer. I've been saying a lot about making sure that you name your documents, your files. You should also be naming your layers. So this layer 1 doesn't tell me anything. I'm going to name it dog by double clicking on it. And this is not a background, it's a doll. So I'll name it doll. Please always name your layers. Last thing for today is this paint bucket right over here, which is right next to the eraser. Now I'm going to use the paint bucket. I'm going to pick my color right down here, and I'm going to sample off of the dog's hair. That's going to give me that same color. And then when I click on my empty white space here, it's because it's one solid color. It's not like a photograph. It's not a gradient. It's just this solid white. It's going to change that background to the exact same color. And then you can see under the armpits here, click there, click there. Not perfect, but easily change something that is one color to another color using the paint can. That won't work very well on the shirt because it's not one color. But it will work on the white background because it's just one color there. It'll work right here too. But if I try to do it on her skin, it's also not going to work there because it's many, many colors making up the different parts of her skin there. So we looked at the eraser, we looked at the paint can, we looked at spot heal, and we looked at the clone stamp. In addition to other tools that you already know about. Don't forget you can zoom in and out using the navigator, which will help you different parts of your documents and to rename your layers. Don't forget you can go back in your history, you can undo, use the tools that are available to you, and remember that to make sure you're on the right layer when you're making adjustments. And I'm just going to zoom in on this right here. Maybe that'll haunt your dreams there. Good luck with the rest of the challenge.